Hello and welcome back, Notjust developers. Hopefully you're doing well. Today in this video we are going to upload our Expo crypto price tracker application that we managed to build throughout the few previous weeks on this channel to Google Play Store using Expo Application Services. We're also going to prepare our application for production and deploy it to production for other people to be able to download it. Hopefully you'll enjoy this video, and without further ado, let's jump into it. So before starting, we will need to register to a few websites in order to use their services. And the first website is Google Play Console. In order to do that, in Google search, type Google Play Console, select this, and you'll see this page. In here, click Go to Play Console, and you will be asked to log into your account. Let's log into my Gmail, and we'll see this screen. If you have multiple accounts, you might be asked to select one of them on which you want to create a developer account, but because I have only one account, one Gmail account, I will not be asked to do that. And here we have to select whether we want to create a developer account for myself or for an organization or business. For now, we will click to create for yourself, click Get Started here, and in here we'll need to provide some extra information. First things first, we'll need to provide our developer name. And this can be basically anything from your startup name to your cool developer nickname. I will simply provide my first and last name, and keep in mind that this will be displayed under your application in the Google Play Store. So let's type my first name and last name. For the contact name, I will do the same. I will simply provide my first name and last name. Now let's go to contact email address. And for this one, I will give the same email address as my developer account. So let's do just that. Let's verify it. And now I need to select the country that I live in. For me, it will be Lithuania. Here, they will ask some extra information about your living address, and I will leave it for a bit later, but you will have to provide your actual street address, your postal code, your city, and also your contact phone number. But right now, let's provide our website. This will help them to verify your account. So you can either provide your URL of your website or of your social media account. So I will provide a URL to my LinkedIn, and these fields, I will fill them behind the camera because this is kind of personal. So I will meet you right after I finish doing that. Okay, I'm done filling in my details, and now we have to agree to some terms. So let's agree to that as well. Now, after we filled in all of our details, we can click Create Account and Pay. We will see a pop-up asking us to provide our credit card details, and we need to pay our developer registration fee of $25. We will only need to pay this once. So once you pay those $25, you can upload as many apps as you want to your developer account. And I will, of course, do this step again behind the camera, and I will meet you right after filling all the details and clicking Buy. After the payment is completed, you'll see this screen saying that developer account is created. Also, they will mention that they've sent you a receipt for the registration fee to your email. Let's click Go to Play Console, and let's wait a little bit, and we'll see our Google Play Console. From here, we can continue creating and uploading our application to the Google Play Store. In order to make updates and submitting new versions of our application easier, we will need to create Google Service account. So let's go to the Setup, API Access, click Choose a Project to Link, click I agree, and click Create a New Project. Let's click under here Link Project, and after it's done, we'll see this screen. In this screen, we will have to click Create New Service Account. Now in here, let's simply go to the Google Cloud Platform, which will open Google Cloud Platform dashboard, and we'll be able to click this button up top, Create New Service Account. In here, we'll have to provide service account name, and I will simply type notjust crypto tracker. Okay, now we can provide optional description, but we don't need that, so we simply click Create and Continue. And here we'll have to select a role. So let's scroll down until we see service accounts, and under here let's select service account user. After we do that, click continue, and here is an optional step that we will skip and just simply click done. Now we have created our service account, but we do need to create a key for it. In order to do that, let's click this three-dot icon under Actions, click Manage Keys, add a key, create new key. Let's select key type of JSON like they recommend, click Create, and it will create our private key. Store it somewhere safely on your computer because we will need it a little bit later. We can close this pop-up. We can now see that this key is active and we can close this tab. In here, we can simply click done. Okay, an unexpected error has occurred. So let's simply reload our dashboard. And in here, we do see this new service account. We can simply click grant access and we simply click invite user down here. We will see a pop-up asking us if we actually want to send an invite. We say send invite, invite sent, and we do have this service account under our users. That's perfect. As I have mentioned before, there's still one more account that we need to create. And in order to do that, let's open a new tab, go to expo.dev, and in here, click this button up top. And here we need to provide email, username, and password. As I already have an account, I won't do that again, but after creating here an account, go to your email and also confirm your email. Then just go to login, and after you log in, you'll see something like this. And yeah, now we're set to go. Now we will get into some more technical things. So let's open VS Code and the application that we created. Go to app.json, and in here we'll have to adjust and add some information. First things first, I want to change the name of the application to not just crypto tracker. Also, I want to change the slug, and the slug is a piece of URL that represents our application. So I will say not just crypto tracker, very similar to the name. Also, we need to provide version. Because this is the first version and we're releasing this application for the first time, we will say 1.0.0. Also, because we're releasing our Android application, we need to add some information under here. Let's add package name, which will be something like com.notjust.crypto price tracker, or maybe, oh, that's not capital, maybe just crypto tracker. Let's make it similar to the name and the slug. And also we need to provide version code, which will be 1 because that's the first time we release it. Every time you release a new update, you'll need to increment this. Okay, now we can save it and we can continue from here. Now we need to install Expo Application Services. And in order to do that, let's open terminal, and in here type npm install. We need to install it globally, EASCLI. Let's install it. Okay. Now that it's done, we need to log in to our Expo account as well. So if you want to log in from the terminal, you can simply type EAS login. And in here, you'll need to provide your username or email. So I will provide my email. And now we need to provide the password as well. And we are logged in. In order to check if we are actually logged in, we can type EAS who am I, and it should say our username, Lucas Grin. Now we need to configure the project. And in order to configure it, we simply have to run EAS build configure. Okay, now it asks us, which platform would you like to configure for EAS build? And I need to configure it for Android. So let's click Android, and it generated EAS JSON file for us, and your Android project is ready to build. That's good. We are done with configuring. We need to run a build. So we can open this file and see what it generated. And now we need to run EAS build. Now we will select a platform because we're building only for Android. We will say EAS build platform Android, click enter, and it's linking a project, and it will ask you, do you want to generate a new Android key store? And because I don't have one, I will press Y because I need to. It created a new key store. Now it's uploading to ES build, and we can click on this link to check our process. So right now we can see here that it's building the artifact and we need to wait. So this might take some time and I'll get back to you after this is done. Now that the build finished, and we can see that it finished by status here, it actually took us only 6 minutes to finish. We can download the build, which we should do, and keep this file somewhere stored securely because we will need to make use of it a little bit later. Okay, we are done with this step and now we can go into our Google Play console and continue from there. So let's open a new tab and go to Google Play Console. Let's go here, go to Play Console. We can close this tab. Here we need to choose which developer account we want to use. So this one, and we can also close this Expo tab as well. Okay, now we finally can click this button, big blue button, and let's do that. Create app. First things first, we'll need to provide some information here. So let's start with the app name. And as you remember, we called it Not Just Crypto Tracker. Okay, now the default language will be English. Is it an app or a game? It's an app. Is it free or paid? It's free. We also need to confirm that the app meets developer program policies, and it does. And we also need to accept to US export laws. So we do that. And now we can click Create App. Let's wait a bit. Okay, here it is. In this place, we'll have to follow this really nice guide in order to release our application to production. And let's start with setting up our application. Let's click View Tasks. And first of all, we need to go to App Access. When we go here, it will ask us if parts of your app are restricted based on login credentials, memberships, location, or other forms of authentication. And it is not. Our application can be used without any kind of restrictions. So let's select that. All functionality is available without special access. Let's click Save. The changes were saved. We can go back. And now, as you see, this step is done. Let's go to this one. It will ask, does your app contain ads? And it does not. So let's click No and save. Now we can go back again. Okay, content rating. Receive ratings for your app from official rating authorities. So we need to finish a little questionnaire in order to get the ratings. So let's start it. Okay, and here we need to provide an email address. So as it says here, this will be used to contact you about your content ratings. So let's give our email address. Okay, and now we need to select the category of the application. So it's not a game. It's not really social or communication. Yeah, so we need to choose all other app types. Downloaded app. Does the app contain any ratings, relevant content, sex, violence, language downloaded as part of the app package? No, it does not. Does your app natively allow users to interact or exchange content with other users through voice communication, text, or sharing images or audio? Nope, it does not. Does the app feature or promote content that isn't part of the initial app download but can be accessed from the app? Nope. Promotion or sale, age-restricted products or activities? Does the app focus on promoting or selling items or activities that are typically age-restricted, such as cigarettes, alcohol, firearms, or gambling? Nope. The last one will be, does the app share the user's current and precise physical location with other users? No. Does the app allow users to purchase digital goods? No. Is the app a web browser or search engine? No. Is the app primarily news or educational product? Nope, it does not. Okay, and now we are done. We can click Save, questionnaire saved, and we can click Next here. Now we will get different ratings for Brazil, North America, Europe, Germany, rest of the world, and many more. So we can view them and click Submit. And here it is. We have our ratings here. Okay, that's good. Now we can go back and continue from here. Okay, now we need to select our target audience. So our target audience, and we can read it here, what it says. So what are the target groups of your app? Based on your response, we'll highlight any actions that you may need to take on the policies you may need to comply with. Make sure you review the Developer Policy Center before publishing your app. Apps that don't comply with these policies may be removed from the app. You must add a privacy policy if your target audience includes children under 13. And actually, you can only invest if you're over 18. So we will choose this. Okay. Could you store listings unintentionally appeal to children? Nope. Okay, this is true. Your app doesn't appeal to children. Nope. Your app is not enrolled. Nope. Let's click save, and our changes have been saved. Let's go back. Let's go to the next step, news app. And is your app a news app? And no, it's not. Let's click there and go back. Okay, COVID-19 contact tracing and status apps. To help us understand whether your app is a COVID-19 contact tracing or status app, select all of these statements below that apply to your app. My app is a publicly available COVID-19 contact tracing app. Nope. My app is a publicly available COVID-19 status app. Nope. My app is not publicly available COVID-19 contact tracing or status app. Yes. Let's click save. Let's go back. And we can go to data safety. Okay, help us understand how your app collects and shares their data. Okay, first you'll be asked whether your app collects or shares certain types of user data. Next, answer questions about each type of user data. Okay, when you're done, review and submit to add your store listing. Start. Okay, so you can read what it says here, and after you are done, you can click next here and answer some questions. Does your app collect or share any of the required user data types? No, we don't collect any data. Let's click next, and what it says here, to submit, provide a link to your privacy policy on the privacy policy page. It would take us far too long to write a privacy policy ourselves, so I did some digging and I've managed to find a website which will generate that privacy policy for us. In order to go to that website, let's open a new tab, write app.privacypolicies.com, and in here let's click privacy policy generator, and let's start with the first question. We'll need to do a little survey, questionnaire in order for them to generate a privacy policy for us. So the first question is, where will your privacy policy be used? And it will be used in an application. So let's select and click next step. What is your app name? And not just crypto tracker. And I'm an individual, not a business. The country will be Lithuania, it's my country. And let's click next step. In here, we'll need to answer to some more questions. What kind of personal information do you collect from users? Email addresses, first names, phone numbers, address, state, social media, nothing. Select additional information you collect from a device, mobile or tablet, location, phone book, camera, no. Let's click next. How can users contact you for any questions regarding your privacy policy? By email, and the email is lucascrane@gmail.com. Let's click next step. Choose our professional privacy policy. Okay. No, I don't want a professional privacy policy because I don't need that. So let's select this one and click next step. In here, your email address to receive the privacy policy. So let's type the same one and let's click generate. That's it. You can copy this link, and you actually should copy this link here. Go back to your Google Play Console dashboard. Click on this warning below to go to privacy policy. Let's paste the link that we just copied. Click save, and as we can see, your changes have been saved. Let's go back, and yep, now we are done with this, and we can click start here. Now we need to go through this again, and here they see our privacy policy. Let's save it, and as you see, the changes have been saved. Let's go back and review everything, and as we can see, everything is completed here. We can go back to our all apps, press on this view app, and also complete these two fields. So let's click on this one, and we need to choose the app category. First of all, it's an app, not a game, and the category, what category it is? Probably productivity, but let me check it. Sports, social, shopping, finance maybe? Yeah, let's select finance, and there's no tags, store listing, contact details. Let's provide again our email address, phone number. It's not required, so we won't provide anything, and same for the website. External marketing, turn off external marketing if you don't want your app to be advertised outside Google Play, and actually we can leave it on. So let's click save. Submitting, your changes have been saved. Let's go back and let's select the last step. Okay, in here we'll need to provide our app name, which is already here, a short description of the application. We can say something like crypto price tracker without okay, I think I need to think of a good description, and then I'll come back to you guys. Okay, so I have managed to come up with something. It's not perfect, but it will do the job. And usually you want to invest more time into these two because they are kind of important for your application. And of course it will depend on the app that you are building, but yeah, invest some time here. Now we can continue, and here we'll have to upload some graphics, and actually kind of a lot of them. And in order not to waste the time, I have already created them, and I can simply click here, upload, select this icon, it will upload the icon. And also here are some restrictions. So the app icon must be transparent, PNG or JPEG, up to 1 megabyte and 512 pixels by 512 pixels. And here's what I've managed to come up with using some designer skills. I'm joking, but I wanted to create something from scratch, so this is what I've managed to come up with. It's not perfect, but again, it will do the job. So feature graphic is something like this. Let me show you. Okay, image dimensions must be 124 pixels by 500 pixels. And here's the first problem, right? So let's skip this one. Let's go to the next ones, and I'll come back to this one a little bit later. Okay, so you can also add a video here, but as I don't have any video, I will skip this one because it's not required. Now we need to add some screenshots, and they ask us to include at least 4 screenshots at a minimum of 1080 pixels. Upload, go to phone, select all of these and click upload. And okay, it's loading, and here they are. Okay, let's leave them like that for now and go to the tablet. So for tablet, you'll need screenshots for 7-inch tablet and also screenshots for 10-inch tablet. Let's click upload. And let's go back from here to here. Let's go to tablet, 7-inch, and select all of these. Click upload. It's loading. Here they are. We can go now to 10-inch tablet. Click upload again. Go to tablet, 10-inch. Select all of these. Click upload. And here it is. So everything is uploaded except this one. Now I'm going to resize the image and try to come back and upload it again. So I'll do that behind the camera so you don't have to watch me doing that. And I'll meet you in a second. Okay, I have fixed the image, and now we can delete this one. Click upload again and select the correct one. Wait a little bit. And here it is. This is our featured graphic. It basically displays all of these screens in our application. Okay, now that we are done, we can simply click save, and we'll see that your changes have been saved. Also, we can close this tab as we won't use it anymore, and go back to all of our apps, and we can see that the app icon is updated and it's shaping up. I'm glad to see that. Okay, we have already a good progress, but we are still a few steps short. So now we can release our application either for other users to test it or to production right away if you think that your application doesn't need any testing. So if you want to release it for testing, there are a few options. One of them would be internal testing, where up to 100 users can test your application. The other option would be closed testing, where you select a larger group of testers. Third option would be open testing, where you can let anyone to sign up for testing. And also you have one other choice where you can build the excitement for your application, basically let other people pre-register, and when you launch the application they will get a notification to download your app. But we will go right away to production, and it's pretty similar for all of these, how you follow these steps. There will be some minor differences, but nothing too major. So first of all, we need to select our countries and regions. Let's click on it, and we have to click here, add countries/regions. If you're targeting some specific country, you can select them, but if you're releasing your application to all of the countries, just click here and click add countries/regions, and you'll see a pop-up like this. Click add. Okay, now we have all of the countries added. We can go back. Okay, here it is. This is done. Now we can create a new release. Let's click here, create new release. In here, we'll have to provide some information, not a lot, but we still have to. And if you remember before, I told you to keep your build file somewhere stored securely because we will make use of it. So now is the time. Click upload and navigate to the build where you started. I started here, so let's select it. And while it's generating my app signing key, let's provide this other information. So first of all, let's start with the release name, and nobody, as it says here, will see it. So we can simply call it first. So, and like they say it here, this is so we can identify this release, and we can add some optional release notes. I will simply say first, let's do it like that, first release of application. Okay, and here the build is finished. Now that we have all of the information provided, we can click save and review release. We have two warnings, we can read them and we don't really need it. And this app bundle contains native code and you've not uploaded debug symbols. For this purpose, we will ignore them because this is nothing major, and simply click start rollout to production. Now we'll see this pop-up saying rollout to production. This release will be available to all users on Google Play in your chosen countries. Let's click rollout, and that's it. We submitted our application to review. Now it really depends how long it will take for Google to review your application, but it can take up to a few days. So be patient, check it every day, and I'll get back to you right after our application review is finished. So stay tuned. And that's it. The wait is done. We can see that our application is available on Google Play and we will actually test it. But before doing that, let's go to our dashboard. And we need to remember this package name because we will try to find our application on Google Play Store based on it. So let's go to our Android emulator, or you can open your Android device, go to Google Play. In the search bar here above, we will need to write P name, which stands for package name, and write that name that I just showed you. So ours is com.notjust.crypto tracker. Let's click enter. We can click on our application. We see all of the information that we provided, our description, our screenshots. We can click install. After the installation is finished, we can click on this green open button in order to open our application. And here we can see our app. We can see different coins, their data, and everything that we have created before. But there is still one more thing that we need to cover. What if we want to release a new update? If we developed a new feature, or for example, in our case, what if we want to change this crypto assets text from crypto assets to cryptocurrencies? How to release a new update? And in order to do that, let's first of all do the changes in our code. So I will need to go to VS Code and make some changes, after which I will come back. Okay, now that I have made the changes, we still have to change some more things. In app.json, in our root folder, we need to change the version code to 1.0.1 and the Android version code to 2. Let's save it, and we will also need to do some changes in eas.json, which we configured previously, and we have to go under submit, production. In here we need to write in quotes Android, and in here we need to provide service, also in quote service key path, which in my case is this, but it will be different for you. So you need to provide a path, actually service account key path, and let's save it. We need to do this because we will release our application from CLI instead of building and going to expo.dev, downloading the build, going to Google Play, uploading. We will make some things automatic. So let's open the terminal, and in the terminal we will have to build the application again with the command eas build -- platform, and we're building it for Android, so let's write that and click enter. Now it will link the project. We don't have to generate a new key store because we already did that, and it uploaded to EAS. Now we can click on this link in order to track our progression with the build. So let's do that, and we can already see that our build is in a queue, so it will start building soon. Actually, it started doing it right now. Actually, we can already see that the version is 1.0.1 and the version code is 2. So it will take some time to build it, but after it is done, I will come back and we will be able to continue publishing our update. And here it is, the build is finished. So it took us 7 minutes now, and we can see that the build is finished in the terminal as well. It says it here. And right now we need to submit our build to Google Play. And in order to do that, we have to simply write EAS submit. Now we have to say that we're submitting for platform Android, and we are also going to add _latest because we want it automatically to take the latest version, which is this one, the latest build I should say, and submit this build. So let's click enter. And now it's scheduled Android submission. It is waiting for submission to complete. Now we can click Ctrl C to exit, or we can click here to see the details. Okay, we can see the status says success. That means it is done. We can go back to our Google Play console dashboard. We can go to releases overview, and we can see here version 1.0.1, latest version 2 is in internal testing. You can actually adjust this behavior, whether to release to internal testing or where, but this is usually the safest way to do it, to release your application to internal testing, test if it works, and if it works, you can go back here, click on this arrow here, then up here, click on promote release, and simply click production. You'll see the same page like we did before, where we can change something, the release name. I will leave it like it is. Maybe let's add some release notes. So change home title, and we can click save and review release. We still see those two same warnings, but we don't really need to solve them now, and click start rollout to production and rollout. Okay, so our app is again in review, but after review finishes, I will come back and show that everything is in production and we can see our changes there. And the review is finished, as you can see here. It took around half an hour. It may vary for you, so keep that in mind. And I can now show the update. In order to do that, we can go again to our emulator or your Android device, open Google Play, and in Google Play, let's again write here, and let's again find it by the package name. So I have this already saved, so let's click it here. Let's click on it on our application, and we can see that we can update it. So let's do just that. Okay, the installation is finished, and now we can click this open button here again, and here it is. Here's our update. As you can see, it did change it here. So that means our update was released successfully. And you might ask, so why didn't we try to release it like that for the first time? And actually, in order to be able to release it like this, new updates, you have to upload your application to Google Play Store at least once manually, like I showed at the beginning of the video. And after that, you can release updates just like that. Okay, the application looks great, and we managed to publish it to Google App Store. Other people can download it, use it. Perfect. But what if I need to release some sort of a quick update? Maybe I made a typo in this word and I need to fix it. Or maybe I fixed some sort of a bug. Maybe I developed some sort of a feature that I need to release quickly. With Expo, we can do that pretty easily. So for demonstration purposes, let's change this cryptocurrencies word to all crypto assets. And in order to do that, let's go back to our VS Code. Let's open the terminal, and in the terminal, simply type Expo publish. That's it. You can try to read the documentation of Expo publish and to find out more, but that's it. That's the only thing you need to type in order to publish a new update. It's called over-the-air updates to your application. Now we can see that publish is complete. It may take longer, it may take even less than it took here. It depends, but now the new update with the title change should be updated. In order to test, let's go back to our Android emulator. Let's check if everything is closed. And now we can open the application. The update should take place after the user reopens the app. So it should be updated by now. Let's click on our app. And here it is, the update is here, all crypto assets. The title was updated. So yeah, we've basically covered everything that you need to know. In order to upload your application to Google Play Store, we've managed to learn how to update your application, even 2 ways of doing that. So I really hope this video was helpful and informative to you. I hope you've managed to upload your application to Google Play Store successfully. And if you have any questions, you can always write them down below and we will try to answer them as soon as possible. Also, like the video because it helps us really much, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel in order not to miss our weekly tutorials and other programming related videos. Also, stay tuned for the episode of how to upload your iOS iOS application to the App Store. And yeah, so thank you guys very much. See you later and bye.